We start tonight with local business partners parting ways.
KPVI News that works for you journalist Deanne Coffin talked with one of the former partners today. She joins us now live from the newsroom to explain. Deanne.
Thanks, Matt and Marlise. I spoke with Denis Clijsters about a lawsuit he filed against his former partners in the business and what came out of that lawsuit. Local business partners who invested in the Yellowstone restaurant, the 313 Whiskey Bar, and the tap room in Old Town Pocatello have split ways. Former co-owner Denis Clijsters invested in the business with Mike McCormick and Rory and Jennifer Urchel in September of last year. But Clijsters says the partnership began to sour before it could ripen. In a document on the Idaho Secretary of State's website, an amendment was made back in April to a document that took Denis's name off as one of the owners.
Things didn't work out well. The communication stuttered and there were disagreements. And eventually, I had to end up filing a lawsuit.
Denis invested $65,000 in the beginning and owned 42% of the business.
This was always my dream, to be having this kind of a business in this part of town.
Court records indicate that a lawsuit was filed by Denis back in July of this year against his former partners and co-owners. The lawsuit was filed to retrieve some of the money he had put into the business. All parties came to a settlement last week, and today a check cleared for $55,000 to Denis. Denis says that although he lost about $10,000 and legal fees, in the end, he says he doesn't see it as a loss.
And I'm invested in Old Town. And this money helped to create a business that's in here now. And I'm just across the street in the Fargo apartments. I'm right next door in Station Square. Having this business here is definitely a plus. It's worth more than $10,000.
Denis is still a co-owner of Station Square and the Fargo apartment building in Old Town.
This is a new beginning in the sense that, I mean, the money I get back will go straight to investments I'm doing here. So I think this is a step forward. Again, they have now full ownership, and I have my hands free to engage in other projects. So we're going forward.
Out to co-owners of the Yellowstone, Mike McCormick and Rory and Jennifer Urchel. In a statement sent to us by McCormick, he says they continue to deny all allegations Denis made, and regardless, they decided to settle the lawsuit in order to avoid spending money on legal fees and allow them to focus on the business which they continue to operate. They also added that as part of the settlement, they both agreed not to make disparaging statements about the other party. The full statement can be found on our website at kpvi.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Deanne Coffin, KPVI News that works for you.